am going to check this video out because apparently I'm not the only one who noticed that Brett Cooper's similar to Hasan.
Guys, we're doing something a little different today. Do you guys know who Hasan Piker
Yes.
is?
The need to humiliate people, sometimes you need to make an example out of them.
I'm gonna be honest about kind of biting Hasan Piker style. Like I take quite a bit of inspiration from like what he does. I kind of use his format, but I'm also like, I'm gonna do what I want on stream. And I feel like he has a similar approach.
Young Turks. Hasan got his start doing Young Turk stuff. Now he is a really big Twitch streamer.
The cool thing is like he's bigger now as a Twitch streamer than the Young Turks ever was, which is like really cool to me.
Uber successful, and then likewise, Hasan is the #1 political streamer on Twitch. So good heavy hitters here. I had heard of Hasan before, but I never watched a single one of his videos. Apparently, I triggered him, and he made a whole video about me. It was part of one of his lives, and he posted it on YouTube. It's called "Feminized Ben Shapiro." Classic,
Good
my
way
friend.
to put it.
Anyway,
Who has the most views? 300,000 views. Not terrible. But she actually has more.
Let's talk about Brenda Shapiro, who's doing these like YouTube shorts. Apparently, this is part of the Daily Wire. I was made aware of this by Noah Sampson Carter on Twitter. They were talking about this earlier today, and I am in awe, shocked. They literally, they watched my YouTube channel and straight up were just like, this is what we're gonna do, and they basically set a fake streaming operation. Cadence-wise is the exact same.
It is
so
fake.
Let's take
See, here's the thing. There's a difference between a streamer and a broadcaster. So, for example, Hasan Piker here, he is a streamer. Now, when he's on the leftovers with H3H3, neither he nor Ethan Klein in that podcast are serving as streamers. They're serving as broadcasters, as hosts, show hosts. To say that she's a streamer, I think, is a little bit generous, considering that she has an actual producer.
to start off, his first criticism of me was that this show is too corporate. He talks about...
That is true. No, that's 100% true. That is 100% true. And that's what brought down Ninja as a streamer. If you watch Ninja's streams, Ninja's kind of on the come up right now. The problem with Ninja was he got the Red Bull deal. He used like tons of money to like make this like crazy, insane, like hybrid gaming office bunker basement hideout that was like super slick, insanely produced with all these like crazy cameras. You have like 3, 4, 5 camera angles that were all necessary because unlike these other people, like Hasan Piker has like 4 or 5 cameras, but he actually has guests. I think that Ninja just has like his wife bringing meals there sometimes, and she's not even like a real guest. So it was overproduced. You lose authenticity when your stream or production is too slick. And I think that's one reason why the intellectual dark web sort of like died out, is because people stopped making their videos scuffed. They made them look too much like cable TV. It is nice to have something that looks good, especially if like you're imitating a TV setup that isn't already being done by independent media. So for instance, Candace Owens making her Candace show, I don't know, it looks kind of like The View, honestly. But you don't really see a lot of people on YouTube doing that. But if you look at the Daily Wire, you look at even Blaze TV, a lot of these setups just look like the same old cable TV light thing that I think a lot of people are just like kind of tired of. It makes it feel less authentic.
He talks about how it's produced by Daily Wire, which is true. Everybody knows that.
I love when they have like a fake room.
I don't know how fake the room is, but the room is also like insanely slick and cool. It's almost like too cool to like actually be a bedroom, even though they're like kind of like making it look like a bedroom. Like it looks cooler than Ludwig's room.
They were like, this is what a Zoomer room looks like. And then she's got like one leg up and this is so bad. What the
me right,
dude? This is...
Although I will say, he has not watched many female streamers. It's actually a lot more typical of what you would see from a female streamer, especially one who actually games.
Industry plant streamer. She's not even streaming. She might actually stream at certain points, but no matter what she does, it's gonna be all brand. Okay,
that's true. That's true.
So corporate.
Way later than...
Oh my.
Because
God.
when you look at like Hasan, one thing that she misses, I think, and I think a lot of people on the right miss, is that like whenever someone like that posts a video, is just a clip from their stream. The whole thing is public. With her, it's like, they recorded it. It wasn't live. They were able to edit out like different things that they didn't want the public to see. With Hasan Piker, everything's all out in the open. So he says something, he says it. Somebody else can clip it and post it if they want to. But with her, she is, and I guess maybe more the Daily Wire, have complete control over what the public gets to see of the broadcast, or whatever she's saying in the chair.
Oh my God! Acknowledge that you have a fake set.
And I guess that's part of it that can make it seem more authentic.
Acknowledge that you have a fake set. You fucking weirdo.
Okay.
He's weird and mean and cringe, so yeah, he's gonna be a little bit harsh. Sorry, chat.
Offended. I don't know what to tell you. Also, are you offended that I'm in a studio? Yeah, it's a set, and we sort of designed it to my liking, and it's all pretty personalized, so I don't really know what the problem is. And yeah, I'm not a streamer.
Nice. That's good.
I have a YouTube. Do stream sometimes, but most of my stuff, they're edited.
She is doing the streaming aesthetic, but with the Daily Wire editing, which comes off as like so weird.
Like, this is my professional studio in my house.
Dude's got basketballs in his background. He plays basketball. He does. Like, oh, she's got a snowboard. Nothing wrong with the snowboard, man.
I love the fact that he felt like it was a gotcha to find out that this was not a real room. I've never hidden that. Like, I post on my story, like, behind the scenes stuff all the time.
I don't look at her story. The set that she's made looks a lot like something that is just, like, generally speaking, not a set.
And why I have a snowboard. It's because I was a competitive snowboarder in college, and so I wanted a snowboard because I actually have one that hangs in my house.
I wonder if what really happened was they were like, hey, Brett Cooper, I know you're sick and tired of Hollywood. Why don't we give you a show? And she's like, okay, but the studio has to look exactly how I want it to be.
Dude, it's so wild to just like sit in a studio and try to recreate like a streamer setup.
Also, I don't think that there is necessarily anything delegitimizing about doing something professionally or in a studio. If, streamers and YouTubers had the budget and the resources to be able to be in like a controlled environment with a whole set. I mean, you just said that you were,
They used to. I feel like Ludwig or Cutie Cinderella could afford to, but they don't.
I feel like it makes life a lot easier, and it allows you to, focus on your work and your commentary. So
this isn't live. This is not done in an authentic way. No matter how much of a pathetic little incel simp you are and think like, oh, a woman saying my opinions on the internet, I will watch everything.
Unlike Hasan's end, he's like this like highbrow, like, I like don't know everything, but I'm gonna talk like I know everything, and like I'm right because I am. I don't really think that like either of them are going to have like the type of like viewership that will actually challenge what it is that they're saying, or even think particularly critically about their content. I like how taken aback she is about like how mean he is, because like clearly she has not watched much of his content. He could be so much meaner than this.
Internet.
The largest segment of my audience is 18 to 24, 50-50 male and female. So it's not like I just have a bunch of like 18-year-old boys that are like, oh my God, conservative girl speaking.
Interesting. I would have thought that her viewers were older, actually. That's
She's
crazy.
Never gonna have an America Deserved 9/11 moment. You know what I mean?
America deserved 9/11, dude.
Yeah.
I'm saying it. Like we totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit.
If you think that, having a America deserved 9/11 moment or something like that gives you street cred, that's cool. You do you. I will respectfully disagree. It's probably not something that I'm going to say. I try to think before I speak. But, you do you, man. It's clearly worked. So props to that.
She's not going to have real moments of pure outrage, because all of the pure outrage that you see on this is created beforehand, written beforehand.
I put this show together. I pick my segments. I have, veto power over anything. It's structured around what I choose.
I feel like the fact that she has like a producer just makes it feel like, I don't know, like she has somebody lording over her who's running the show, I guess.
No, it's genuinely the stuff that I'm interested in. Every host here, we all write our own material.
Okay, so she writes a script.
I'm real. This is what I believe in. I sometimes should hold myself back, but I can't hold myself back. Some people like that. A lot of people like that. A lot of people see it as authentic. Some people grow to despise it. It's like her wearing white Beats by Dre feels like a deliberate how do you do fellow kids aesthetic choice.
People in my audience and in my comment section that are saying like, Brett, you need to get better headphones.
I actually thought that was actually one of the most authentic things about it, because about her streams and her setup, because most people like Beats headphones. Most people are like, oh yeah, like I have like Beats headphones at home. Like I don't understand why
YTP probably does
that is sort of viewed as like a knock. I think it was actually a good choice.
My producer, who's sitting across from me, tells me that they're stupid. Guys, I like them, and I'm keeping them. Also, do you see how dark my hair is? If I put on black headphones, I would look like a helmet head. The next thing that Hasan decided to hit me on, he watched a couple of my shorts where I was talking about weirdo teachers talking to children about sex and gender ideology.
First up, we have sex assigned at birth. This is what the doctor says you are when you come out of the womb. Next up, we have gender.
Why do people get so mad at this? Like, what is the, I mean, why? I know that like your immediate reaction when you see this is like, what the f-? Like, why are children learning about this? But it's like, why not? I mean, what is the problem with learning about this? I mean, I haven't seen the full thing.
If you don't pre-watch your content when you stream it, you get a more genuine reaction.
If it's literally like teaching kids gender, who cares? What's the problem? It has nothing to do with sex.
Bro, you're being a little bit groomery, to be honest. Yes, they're talking about gender identity. They're talking about gender expression. Underneath that, they talk about like who you're attracted to, whatever. Is that not weird that a teacher is asking to like know what a 10-year-old is attracted to?
At the most, to be like, okay, like, think about it. Like, think about like, what's going on in your head, and then maybe where you fit in the spectrum. Not like, ooh, tell me who you like. If you want to educate people, tell people the ideas and be like, yo, think about it. Talk to your parents or whatever. Instead of just being like, tell me your innermost thoughts about what you just learned. They don't teach like the things about the Civil War and then like do like a round table discussion about like, do you think the Confederates were right? You teach the subject and the concepts and the ideology, and then you move on.
Associated with the way you view yourself and the way you view the world. It's your truth, yada, yada, yada.
My truth, trademark. And there's no such thing as my truth. There is the truth. There's the objective truth. You can have subjective feelings. Doesn't make it a universal truth, my dude.
And you might even go so far as to say, well, that's weird and creepy and perverted. They're talking about sex, sexy time. You're the one who added sexy time into that, okay? You're the one who's weird.
It's literally in the content that they are talking about.
And this is just a classic SJW tactic that if somebody on the other side of the political aisle points out something that's weird and we're like, hey, that's odd, that's creepy, they immediately turn on us and are saying, the fact that you noticed that and you're pointing it out, that makes you perverted, that makes you racist, or whatever. But then they turn around and start adamantly defending it.
Impossible from Kim Possible.
So which one is weirder? The one that points it out and says, hey, this is weird, or the one that now is gonna die on this hill of grooming?
A man and a woman loves each other, they date, and then they get married, just like your mommy and daddy. No one on the planet looks at that and goes, that shit's fucked up. That shit is absolutly fucked up. Why is that happening?
Not.
No one would
Why
ever
would it
say
be?
that. What's up with
What would be
conservatives?
wrong with it,
everyone
though?
to be you are triggering me right now. Get the fuck out of here. Do you understand?
I like the fact that anytime if you look at this video when he tries to mimic a conservative, he like puts on like a hick Alabama Southern accent.
It's great.
I
love
can't
it,
believe
though.
there is significantly worse and actual grooming happening in so many other parts of American culture, starting with child beauty pageants. Abolish that mother.
True.
What's up?
In multiple videos and in multiple live streams, I have talked extensively about how sexualizing any children is freaking creepy. Like 8-year-old girls in like sparkly little bikinis gyrating and like twerking across the stage.
Now, I
Mr.
would love
Pizza,
to see
said in the
Hasan
chat.
Piker react to this.
It's freaking creepy. So I do want to like find that common ground with you. Like, let kids be kids.
Themselves searching LGBT school and TikTok. Oh, for sure.
Hasan
Obviously,
Piker.
like content wise, bar for bar flow, they stole my flow.
Hasan likes to think of himself as the creator of online casual
Yes, that's so true. It is very annoying. Because if you go back to his history, he bit like Destiny's style, and then basically said that he created the genre by himself.
political commentary.
Really
that he
annoying.
has paved his own way, if you will.
I paved it on my own.
What is this?
Yeah.
The right is actively trying to recreate you that speaks to how effective you are. Oh yeah, I mean we've talked about this before. Like TPUSA
DJLL
presentation notes
reacts.
literally have me
Said
as a
in the
constant
chat.
inspiration for Twitch
I am
streaming.
TPUSA said that like a year ago, and they still have done nothing. So like, hey, that's why I'm here.
This is something that like the right openly is trying to recreate, which is very weird.
He likes to take credit for things, just like he took credit for the success of my show.
I just made my own choices and built my own business model, I guess, if I were to use a term like that. I paved it on my own.
So in the end, he really is just trying to, take credit for everything and find ways to diminish the success of somebody else. You weren't the first one to do it. And bro, Your
Exactly,
uncle
exactly.
owns the Young Turks.
Scooby Leaf.
Like, we know how
Said
you
in
got
the
your
chat.
start. So anyway, that's about all.
Scooby Leaf.
Hasan, thank you
Said
so
in the
much for taking
chat.
the time out of your
Together?
very busy day, clearly, to highlight my show and things about me.
Interesting,
I am
interesting.
undeterred, and
That was-
I'm going to keep making these videos, and I'm going to keep wearing my White Beats headphones.